Okay guys, it's time to talk about managing expectations while still striving after our real estate goals in the current real estate market in Dallas and Fort Worth area. Y'all, I have been approached by so many buyers that are coming to me as cash buyers. You know, they've saved $60,000, $80,000, $100,000. That is a lot of money, okay? We're not pew-pewing at that at all. But they're coming to me with that lump sum of cash, and they either A, want to buy a property to buy cash outright, or they're looking for something to use as an income property or an investment property in which they want to put the cash in, maybe put some paint on the walls, call it a day, and start bringing in that revenue. And whenever someone comes to me with that kind of money, with those kinds of ideas, the first question I always ask is, when is the last time that you purchased a home in the Fort Worth, in the Dallas area? And overwhelmingly the response is between 10 and 25 years ago. The market, the property values, and the inventory of homes in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, if you have $100,000, you are not going to find something that is going to be turnkey. No, you're not. And I just thought I'd make a video about it because I feel like I'm coming across the same question all the time. So I want to take this time to educate everyone and kind of get everybody on the same page. So looking in the $100,000 range, you're wanting to be within 10 to 15 minutes of, let me just say Fort Worth, for instance. In that instance, you are coming across properties that are very distressed. So not only are you putting $100,000 of cash towards the property, but then when you get the property, it needs extensive work such as roofing and plumbing, electrical, foundation work. I'm going to put you in touch with people that are going to be able to come in, such as inspectors and contractors. They're going to be able to give you quotes to let you know how much that's going to cost to fix, because those properties at $100,000 and less are as-is properties. You can't negotiate during the inspection period and get $40,000 of foundation work because the property has been priced so that you can do those changes to it. Also, the thing that you want to think about is Dallas-Fort Worth is teeming with investors. So if you're wanting to be an investor on the scene, or you are just trying to get your first home property, or maybe you're just trying to downsize, whatever the case may be, when you have that kind of cash, you are going to be in a bidding situation with investors with deep pockets that are going to be looking at these same properties and looking at them as an opportunity to fix them up, either flip them or improve them to an extent where they can then lease them out. So those are things that we can speak about. Those are things I can break down for you. But I just want to educate you and give you all of the tools so that way you can make the kind of business decision that's going to financially propel you when you buy your real estate versus hold you back and essentially be just nickel and diming you through the whole process. Another thing I want to tell to buyers in this current real estate market is that it is a seller's market. I mean, there's hardly any property that'll hit the market that is not going to have a team of buyers with their buyer's agents writing up an offer, sometimes sight unseen. You're getting multiple offers, you're getting into bidding wars, and a lot of times contingencies are being waived in order to grab that coveted home. And in those situations, I want you to push and make the sweetest offer as possible, highest and best from the get-go. When you're trying to underbid and then you're hoping that they counter and then you can negotiate to a better price, y'all, it's not happening like that. It's not. People are setting in bids at asking or above. So you just need to sweeten that deal as often as possible. Otherwise, you're going to be very jaded going into multiple situations where you're being outbid. It's just the fact of the matter right now, which is why a lot of my buyers are ushering them rather towards looking into more new construction versus pre-owned, because there just is no inventory. So when you go to a pre-owned situation, you're having to bid, and I mean, are we possibly getting into a situation where you're going to be paying more for the home and then you'll be in an upside down situation in a few years? I don't know. I can't personally speak to that because that is not how I would advise my clients, but it's something that as a real estate agent, it does concern me. So one thing that I do tell my clients is, let's look at new construction, because when you go into new construction, you sign the contract, you hand over your earnest money, unless you have a sell contingency, which you'd have to sell your home and they would give us like maybe 60 days to get your home sold. Your house is your house, and the price is the price. I would negotiate on your behalf to do things. A lot of times new construction will not necessarily lower the price of the home because that'll affect their appraisals in the future, but we can do such things as maybe they would contribute more to closing costs, or washer and dryer, can that be added? Can we get blinds? Can we have this upgrade? Do you know what I'm saying? So let me do that for you. And then lastly, the one thing that I want to speak on to kind of round out the whole thing is expectation, okay? Expectation management. We have to be able to have our wants and dreams. I want you to tell me all the things because I want to try to achieve all of it. But there may need to be compromise, because there's essentially going to be five things that I am going to have you rank and tell me what is most important. Is it going to be your budget? Can your budget literally not move one single bit? So if that's going to reign supreme, we need to make sure that we rank it really high. Number two, the condition of the home. If you have $100,000 cash and you don't mind the condition of the home being less, and you have the money to get it into a livable state, and you have the resources and the time, let's go ahead and pursue that. But the condition of the home, is the condition of the home going to affect your decision? Square footage. How big does the home need to be? I can find you a lot of things that you want, but do you need a particular size home for the size of your family? Something that we need to think about, y'all. Acreage. What is acreage? I have a lot of people that, they want a 40-minute, a 30-minute, a 20-minute commute, but they want a couple acres and they have a very specific budget. We can find you acreage as long as number 5 is not a big deal. Which number 5? Location. Location and proximity to the city, proximity to work, if you wanted to be in a particular school district. All things that we have to look. I want you to rank them 1 through 5. We need to look at what's most important. And then we can just build out your plan, because y'all, there are houses to be had. There are opportunities for you to grow wealth and have generational wealth. And if you wanted to become an investor, and I'm totally here for it, because y'all, that is the way to go. But we have to be realistic with our expectations. We have to be realistic with what our goals are, our timelines, and y'all, take our advice. When I tell you something, it's good to ask questions because I want you to learn, I want to take the time, and I want to educate. But whenever I tell you flat out blank period about something, I'm not hiding anything from you. What you were watching on HGTV, that you're watching like 8-year-old reruns of it, it does not exist. It does not exist around DFW within a 45-minute radius, within an hour radius, within like a 100-mile radius. I have looked, trust me, I have looked. I have driven the miles, I promise. 2009 housing crash, that was a time in which you could buy properties are being foreclosed on, you could buy those foreclosed properties. It does not exist anymore, okay? We can buy foreclosed properties, but those things are being swarmed by investors. I almost said vultures, which I love you investors, but yeah. Getting swarmed, and they're getting eaten up, and they're getting flipped, and they're getting turned into these beautiful homes. So the best thing you can do is stop looking on Realtor.com, stop looking on Zillow, and stop talking to people that haven't bought real estate in the last 5 years. Stop talking to them, because stuff has changed. And if you want some real talk, holler at your girl. I hope it was helpful. Y'all, I'm ready for it. I'm here for you. I'm here to be positive, but most of all, I'm here to be realistic. Us chasing around this idea of what you think real estate is and me trying to create it for you is just gonna have us running around like crazy people. Get a hold of me. Let's discuss your options. You can still buy right now. It's a seller's market. If you have a house to sell, y'all, we can sell it in days. And if you need to go on something to buy, we can get you somewhere. We just have to rank what's important. We have to compromise. We have to manage our expectations. We need to explore some new construction ideas. Let me hook you up.